Well, hello, threadheads and deadheads. We are glad that you're joining us. We are a show where we seek to get rid of Facebook fake, Instagram ickies, and Twitter takes, and we do that through a space. I'm totally trying this different for unfiltered dialogue about faith, mental health, and uncomfortable conversations. Welcome, Jason, to your basement.
Thank you. I appreciate the Instagram ickies, the Twitter takes, and the Facebook fake. We got to come up with one for TikTok.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to talk about TikTok, but we're going to talk about it more later on.
Well, I was editing the last episode because I just did it yesterday. It's so weird to edit on Sunday, and then we're right back in it on Monday.
Boom.
And I said TikTok titties. You're like, all right, let's wrap it up.
Well, we all know what Jason looks at on TikTok.
Yeah, you don't want to see my algorithm sometimes. This is Mike. What episode is this?
It is episode 192. We are 8 away from the 200th, and we have no good idea for what 200 is.
We need to do a poll in Patreon for our 4 patrons to see what they think.
I think what would be better is just to do a normal show and act like it's not even 200.
How about we do this? We don't even post it as 200. We post it as 201. Yes. So it goes 199 and then just 201.
Yes, let's do that. That'd be the most Mike Vandry thing ever.
Yeah.
Is just to act like 200 didn't happen and make no big deal about it.
Like the number 13, they don't put that in hotels, right?
Correct.
Like there's no floor 13.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Because it doesn't exist if you don't number it.
Right. But it's like they know people will not want to stay on that floor if they have it.
Which is funny. It's just a number.
It is just a number.
I always stay on floor number 7 or 3 since they're holy numbers.
No, you don't.
I know.
Oh.
But wouldn't that be cool if I did?
That would be cool. No, you'd be a nerd. So how was the weekend?
It was a busy weekend. Started off with some training. Not quite as early as you on Saturday. I was surprised. You were up an hour. You were out an hour before me.
Yeah,
but I was out at 7 a.m., which is plenty early for me. It means I woke up at 6.
That's incredible for you.
I know. So I woke up at 6, got out there by 7 because it takes a little while for everything to move. And it went well. My aerobics stayed good. My legs at the end though were feeling it.
Yeah,
I was a little extra tired after that one versus the 8 miles the week before.
Yeah, I feel like when I looked at your pace, it was in the 12s.
No, it was in the 14s.
Oh, was it?
Which is a minute faster than what I had been running. Like the week before.
I saw something that you had some 12 somewhere, but I was in the same boat. My cardio was just spot on. Like I wasn't tired. I could have you and I could have had a 90-minute conversation. I would have been fine, but my legs were just juicy.
I wonder if it's because of the plan, because you're still doing other workouts throughout the week, weights and all that. I wonder if it's just all catching up, but I don't know.
One thing I have noticed on this, I'm not dreading the long runs.
Yeah.
I'm just I don't know. I'm still floating the dune race or the Mount Baldy. I don't know. I'm just feeling like I just went out, just peeled off 8 miles and just, it's only 11-minute mile pace, but I mean, we're talking trails, up hills and dunes and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still floating on that high. It just felt so good that maybe I'm not dreading it.
Yeah. And for me, my first 3 miles were good. And then the next 3, I think the last 1 or 2 miles, I was like, okay, my legs can be done. But other than that, you have those long runs where they seem to go by quick.
Yeah.
That was it.
Huh.
This feels like it's going good. It's just smooth, wasn't it? Yeah.
I had to take a piss. I pissed right on the trail.
Of course you did.
Well, dude, normally you can't do that during the day. I mean, it's busy enough. And I was on the M6 trail. And so there's cars going. So I looked one way. No cars could see me. I saw no headlights. I looked the other way and I'm just like, I got to go. I just so bad. Usually I never pee on runs.
So a personal question. Have you ever peed your pants while running?
No, I can't do that. We talked about that.
Yeah. Because
I need to focus.
Oh, because you're over 40. Usually guys over 40 need to focus on peeing.
No, that's before. So when you go into a stall, do you just go right, stand up, and go
boom? It is sometimes I'm can barely get my underwear down in time.
Really?
Yeah, I have no problem peeing.
Oh, I got to take my phone out. I got to look at Facebook.
No way.
Every time.
You're the guy who's at the urinal on his phone?
Every time.
Gross and weird.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels extra gross to be sitting at the toilet. Well, I guess I sit and I don't know why that's different.
No, I don't sit. I go up to the urinal. I pull that shit right out.
But I'm saying for me, like I'll sit and go poop and be on my phone. But I don't know what's more gross to me that you pee while
is it gross
that you are on your phone while peeing.
Is it gross because of like the body fluids?
I don't know. It really shouldn't be, but in my mind it is. I don't know why.
The poop is way worse because that shit's floating up in the air and everything.
It's sealed in. I have a big enough butt. It seals that in.
Do you flush the toilet with the lid up or down?
I first flush it while I'm sitting on it.
You do a courtesy flush?
Yeah, usually.
Wow, that's surprising for you.
I know. I'm not courteous in most things.
I know.
I have a story about that. But I actually normally shut the lid because I don't want it to fly around.
Yeah, technically you're supposed to, but I never do.
Okay, and the question is, I can't remember in your bathroom. Are your toothbrushes sitting out on the counter?
Yeah. I mean, they're not next to the toilet,
but still, it doesn't matter.
They're the furthest away in the bathroom.
You're brushing your teeth.
Hey,
with
you know what?
Toothbrush.
I've lived this long and haven't died yet, so I think I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing.
There you go. So then I went from the long run, quickly came home, ate, and then went out to Cam's cross country meet in Sparta.
Ugh.
That's
a hike for it. Was that over an hour?
At least, it's right? Just under an hour. It's like 50 minutes each way. So did that. Came home. I think we took a chill night, and then I preached on Sunday morning at my parents' church.
Okay. How'd that go?
Went well.
Thanks for the invite.
Yes, you wouldn't want to be there. No, it's not a bad church, Mom and Dad, if you're listening. It's just small, and you would have felt like you stuck out like a sore thumb because it's small enough where they'd be like, "There's somebody new."
Well, I would have just gone to hear you. I wouldn't care about the church.
He has a beard. He's new.
He's got tattoos,
and they would all flock to you and been like, "Hi, welcome, young man."
He's wearing khaki shorts and a t-shirt.
I almost wore jeans preaching, but they're lighter jeans. I was like, I should wear like khaki style.
Oh, I cannot imagine seeing you like. I don't ever. No, I've obviously seen you in jeans. I'm an idiot. Like during the winter, but like I just can't imagine you in khaki slacks.
No, well, sorry, it wasn't khaki. It was khaki material, but it was gray.
Gray. Okay, that's what mine are too. They're not even khaki. I feel like they're not cargo. Well, they're kind of cargo shorts.
Oh no, you have cargos?
What does it matter?
You're a boomer.
No, I'm not.
Boomer alert.
These are assholes.
I think we need a button that's a boomer alert.
No, I'm not a boomer.
Those are probably more Gen X shorts, but you are. So yeah, and then that's a boomer alert.
Whoops, sorry.
Just wormholed us.
I didn't mean to.
That's awesome. So yeah, and yeah, hit today. So that was my weekend. How about yours?
Kind of the same. We kind of talked a little about the running. So it was 9 miles. That was good. Saturday had the gig economy picnic, which is a complete fail.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
Yeah. So
tell me about this fail.
Usually we get a couple randos, like people we don't know, and we got nobody. Like no randos.
Okay.
We had John, doesn't matter their names. We had a guy come from North Carolina. Greensboro. Is Greensboro in north or south?
I think north, but it could be
anyways, love it. He came up. Larry came up and his wife.
Okay.
And then another guy named doesn't matter. He's from Detroit. Everyone that came was from not Grand Rapids. Nobody came. No. One guy did come from Grand Rapids, but that was it.
That's it.
And me and Jesper, Sully, and Jesper's daughter.
That's a little awkward.
It wasn't awkward because we're really close with everybody.
Okay.
There was no awkwardness at all. But we spent some bucks on food, and I mean we took it home. Obviously, we split it. Yeah, it's a bummer. I don't know what we're gonna do moving forward. I often feel like I need, because I shared it in the local groups like crazy. I had like 15 people like it. I posted it Saturday morning. Not one of those showed up. And maybe they feel uncomfortable because they're like, we don't listen to the show.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, it's not about the show.
It's about gig workers showing up and being together.
Yes. And so I think this winter, I'm going to try to put together a monthly lunch when I'm laid off and just kind of build that momentum.
Yeah.
And then come next year at this time, people will feel more comfortable coming. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm surprised. Like, I don't think I would travel 13 hours to go to a picnic of a podcast I listen to.
So John is a really good friend. He's single, so he doesn't have a lot of not baggage, like my wife and kids are baggage, but you know what I mean?
Jason thinks you're baggage.
Yeah, no, just he doesn't, he works and he's got a kitty cat and you know what I mean? He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
And he's been up here before and actually recorded an episode of his podcast here, and that was fun. He got me into gambling a little bit, so you should listen to the episode. It's pretty funny. This podcast is I Can Complain.
Oh,
that's his podcast.
I thought somebody was on the toilet and it was something to do with the toilet. When I just looked over there. That's where my mind is. Yeah,
it says I listen to the I Can Complain podcast and I belong in the trash.
Wow.
It's like a not safe for work. Raw. It's comedy. He does bits. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Sometimes they're stinkers, but sometimes they're good.
Sometimes, I think that's most comedy.
Yeah.
Throw it out
even
there.
Our show. Good. Our show too.
Well, our show is not trying to be comedy, but there's times that it's hysterical because I'm on.
That's true. When you have Wormhole, if you are Patreon, you get to hear Wormhole. Just saying.
Yes. Oh yeah, that should be like the incentive. You get to hear the pre-show Wormhole.
The Wormhole is so fucking funny. All right, I did not need to drop that F-bomb. Okay. All right. Where am I? Okay. So we did the picnic, so tired. Remember I talked about I was tired. I tried to take a nap. It didn't take. Like I dozed, the dog barked. I even went in the room, turned the fan on. Like I could not fall asleep.
Oh, those are the worst.
Had friends. Those friends came over that night and had a fire. We had a fire and hung out.
Thanks for inviting me.
Well, you wouldn't not have been interested.
You don't know.
That's true.
Thanks for inviting me.
You wouldn't have come anyways.
Thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. So and then Sunday I edited both shows, and what else did I do? I don't know. It was an all day work day. Like I started at 10. Oh, I recorded the show with John in between that.
Okay.
So I was in this chair from like 10 a.m. to about 7 p.m.
You were that guy.
Yeah, I mowed the lawn in that time, but
yeah, I noticed it looked a little different than normal.
What looked different about it?
It looked like there were grass clippings and you normally don't.
Could be because it's a little dry because my sprinklers have been off because they busted the lines and they just fixed them today.
Oh.
So
it just looked a little different than normal.
Yeah.
I was like,
because it's a little crispy.
Maybe it was that. The part I noticed is there was grass on top. I normally don't notice grass on top.
Anyways,
totally off topic.
Yeah. There. So, and then, Megan worked all week, 56 hours, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nursing. It's not like it's just a mental job or a physical job. It's both.
Yeah. Well, she picked a lot of that up. Like it's going to be a giant check.
Jason's like, I have to do no gig work this winter.
Nope. It's going to the savings.
I'm gig free.
Nope. And then lastly, Avery went to the ER last night.
Yeah, so I learned about this just as I walked in. Megan spoiled it a little bit. But yeah, tell me about this. What happened?
She had homecoming on Saturday. That was great. And then we had Panda last night. And I usually get the honey walnut shrimp. It's so good. And Avery's never had shrimp. And I was like, you should try it. So she tried it. And her throat started swelling up. And she's never had shellfish before. And Megan has a shellfish allergy.
Yeah.
And so we gave her Benadryl. And then all of a sudden, Franklin. Naughty. Megan's like, yeah,
you got to keep this on.
And so she obviously has a shellfish allergy, and then she had like a terrible stomach pains. Now, I don't know if it was coincidental, but like bad. I mean, laying on the ground moaning, and I was like, and eventually, I went to bed early last night. I went to bed at like 9:30.
This second Sunday in a row, you've gone to bed like in the early 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to start my week, and Megan, like 10 o'clock, hey, I'm going to take her in. I was like, okay. Of course, then I didn't sleep well. And
wait, so Megan took her in and you stayed home?
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. I guess you still have a kid here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I wouldn't go anyways. I mean,
what?
It's fine. No, I mean, if it was just me and her, I probably would have gone, but I mean, or I would have taken her and Megan would have stayed home. But yeah, I mean, nothing really came of it. They did labs. It was fine. I guess Megan opted not to do imagery, and they gave her some Maalox and Tylenol and said, let us know if it gets worse. And it went away. But she was in some pain, but I don't know if it's correlated to the shrimp or not. I mean,
yeah,
very strange.
Do you wonder if just the stress of like your throat closing up had something to do with it?
I think so. She was panicky,
which is understandable. Your
Yeah.
throat's closing up.
Yeah, so we quick gave her Benadryl, and yeah, even with me, I have a stone fruit allergy. So like anything that has a seed or like a peach or an apple, like I'll still eat them, but it will like make my lips numb and stuff. And sometimes it'll make my throat a little, and it does get a little like, it's never been so bad that it's closed up. So I still eat them, but
you know, at one point it will.
Hey, 46, still kicking, still flushing my poop with the lid up. So I'm good.
You haven't made it to 50 yet. So does that mean like you guys need an EpiPen around your house now?
We actually do have one.
Okay.
Because the allergist, she gets allergy shots. They require her to have one.
Oh,
just
yeah.
in case she has a reaction. I was like, the Benadryl doesn't work, babe. I will jam that EpiPen right into your thigh, but didn't have to do that.
Those EpiPens are so freaking expensive too.
I think we paid like $10 for it.
You must have the world's great. Most insurance is still it's $300-400
for EpiPens.
Yeah, for like the true. Yeah, they're crazy.
I don't know. It's like in a little cartridge, and I don't know. It was like $10.
Huh. I once almost had to do that to myself when I was dealing with chronic hives, and it's freaky. You're like, am I going to really do this? And I didn't need to, but you're like, am I willing to jam myself in the thigh? I know
it's gonna hurt, but if you're gonna die, I mean, that's better than dying.
Yeah, and you're kind of like weighing it, but then also once you do it, then you have to go to the hospital, or you're supposed to go to the hospital after doing that.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I'm really gonna cause a lot of problems for myself if I jam myself in the leg.
Yeah. So you still have one right now?
No, I don't have it anymore.
Oh, okay.
And actually, I had gotten one that was expired. Through sources, through my EpiPen, because really, I went there and like, it's gonna be $300. I was like, yeah, no.
The place that we get it through, the allergist says this is the best. Like they have some grant or something. Like it's a weird way to do it. It's not. It's like an online thing. It's not even through like Walgreens or anything.
That's why.
Yeah,
the normal Walgreens. Well, I had it with my medicine through Mark Cuban's, where it was like $20 versus $400. It was cheaper than when I had insurance.
Yeah.
To get it through Mark Cuban's drug.
Yeah, because he's not trying to rip people off.
He's only making 15%, which means Walgreens is making a shit ton of money.
Well, then, yeah. Oh, so that was without insurance.
Yeah, so it's $400 without insurance, and then with insurance, I brought it down to like 30 or 40. But it was cheaper without anything through Mark Cuban's.
Wow, what a scam!
I know, what a freaking scam.
So we're gonna look up screen time, right?
Yep, I'm looking up screen time right now.
Hold on, edit.
Don't edit that out. Get the good booger.
No. So your check-in is your mental health check-in, aka your screen time, because we had an epiphany.
Natalie heard it today. I didn't tell her before. She listened to it today, and we're at Cam's cross-country meet. She's like, "You spent over a day on TikTok." It's like, yep.
What did she say about my screams? I was editing those videos last night. Oh, I had a hell of a time, by the way. That's a long story, but
I haven't listened back yet, so I don't even know.
No, but I wonder what Natalie said about my when I was like, Michael.
She didn't say anything about that. She was just like, "You spent a day on TikTok." I was like, apparently so. But then I was like, "Hey, how much screen time do you spend?" Apparently she had hers turned off, so it wasn't even tracking. I was like, "Oh, come on, Natalie."
Oh, you were ready for that aha moment.
I was going to be like, okay, yours is still high, but no, then now she'll know. So the week before, I'd spent 28 hours on TikTok. This past week, I spent 11 hours.
That's still a lot.
Okay, pull up yours. You have your phone somewhere.
Oh, sorry.
And my overall screen time went down from 9 hours a day to 5 hours a day.
That's huge.
So 4 hours plus way less TikTok. That's less than 2 hours a day versus 4 hours a day. More than half my TikTok time.
Okay, so I have to look at last week.
Yep.
Last week I averaged 3 hours and 22 minutes.
Okay.
I did 3 hours on Telegram and 3 hours on TikTok.
Total. Wow. And then
2.5 hours on Facebook.
But okay. And your total was how much?
3 hours and 22 minutes a day.
Yeah. But how does that add?
And then 3 hours on Telegram.
Okay.
Sorry. Telegram, TikTok, Facebook. Those are my top three. And then I have some smaller ones like Instagram, Gmail, and YouTube.
How about Strava? No, doesn't even show up even when you do the show more.
No, I'm still 3 minutes.
My one I don't like is Maps, Google Maps. I was using it as a map. That's not screen time.
Well, it does break it down to like productivity, entertainment, and social if you go all the way to the top.
Yeah. But I just hate that it counts Maps. Come on.
Wow.
It's not really screen time. It's not like I'm staring at it. And anyways.
So I want you to cut that in half.
Yeah, not in half. But anyways, we dropped it down 4 hours, 34%. So,
hey,
and TikTok was down even more. Boom.
Yeah.
So did it make a big difference on my mental health? I don't know.
I wouldn't say boom. You don't get that is not a boom. It's still high.
But that's still a good change.
Yeah. Oh, it's a huge change.
That's like somebody who's 400 pounds going down to 300. That person can say boom. So I can say
all
boom.
Right. That's fair. I'll give it back to you.
Yes. I get to say boom. So anyways, I look how much more time. I don't know that it affected my mental health in 1 week, and not that it should.
I don't think it would.
In fact, this week I think I'm more down than the week before. So again, I don't know about the theory.
I think the theory or the problem is like you were fighting not picking up your phone, which is exhausting.
I don't know that I was. I just found other things to do.
Well, you had to make a decision to not pick up your phone and to do something else.
Or maybe I didn't get the dopamine hits and I'm depressed because I didn't get dopamine.
I mean, it could be. I mean, TikTok, it is a totally different platform. I know everyone says it's social media, but it's different. I have more positive things on TikTok that really give me that dopamine.
Yeah.
Facebook doesn't. Twitter doesn't. Instagram doesn't. Only TikTok.
My favorite TikToks are dogs. Dog TikToks. I send them to Natalie all the time. So
me too.
So the amount of time I spend on the bathroom at night that everyone, including Megan, mocked me for. Even Megan mocked me, which it's bad. When Megan mocks you, you're in trouble. You're in a bad spot. but that's when I'll come across all these dog ones, and Natalie's up, in bed. I'm just sending her TikToks of dogs.
Oh yeah,
doing the cutest, coolest things.
You know what, Megan, my wife, Megan. I don't know why I had to preface that. I mean, we haven't even talked to our Patreons yet. We're 26 minutes in.
Well, I'm saving them for later.
So
it's the same time.
No, it's totally good. I'm just teasing. I shouldn't do timestamps because everyone hates that.
Everyone.
What was I going to say? Oh, Megan gets so mad when she's like, "Oh my gosh, this TikTok is so funny," and I'm like, "It wasn't that funny." She gets so pissed.
She should.
No, if it's not funny to me, am I supposed to fake that it's funny? No,
she fakes for you. I got you for real.
Oh man, I walked right into that. Did you see it coming or not?
Yeah,
no.
I did. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be beautiful."
Oh man, you got me good, man. Holy cow, that was incredible. If I had my sound effects,
my face is gonna fog up my glasses.
Oh my gosh, you're beat red from laughing so hard. Anyways. No, I hate that. It's annoying because if it's not funny to me, everyone has different opinion of funny. Like I might like a comedian that she absolutely cannot stand.
Yeah. So I also have a rule. Like sometimes you send a lot, and I send a lot to you.
Yeah.
If the first two aren't good and you sent 3 or 4, I won't watch 3 or 4.
I'll watch them all, but I only respond to the ones that I'm like, "Oh, dude, this is awesome." If I don't respond, you can know that I probably didn't really care about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not in you're not offended. I'm not offended either. If you don't like what I send, like whatever, like everyone has their different things.
But yeah, I have it where again, if somebody again sends 3 or 4 and the first 2 are bad, I'm like, I don't trust you anymore.
Really? In this moment, wherever the algorithm is right now is dog crap. So we're not watching anything.
It is in a terrible spot. So we're not gonna do that. Nope. Done.
Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV is the sponsor of this beautiful podcast that we talk about poop and TikTok and Twitter takes and Facebook fakes and all that stuff. You can call them to schedule your amazing service. It's maintenance time. It's fall. Let's get that oil change done. 532-6600 or irvines.com. They just had the car show. I heard it was really successful. And then they went out, some of the people that listened to Zane's show, because Zane was actually kind of the MC for that. So I kind of wish I could have gone. That sucks. I was so busy on Saturday. But so everything went well. apparently one car there won all the awards for like the best color, the best. Yeah, I'll just show you the picture. I did see it. It's pretty cool.
Do you think maybe I should bring my van next year?
Yeah, I think it could win something.
Yeah,
about a bill for about $4,000 probably. Again, they service everything but Teslas and Volkswagens, because no one can work on Tesla but Tesla. So
crazy.
I know, it is crazy. Yeah, you should schedule service, free loaner car, 532-6600 or irvines.com. And then, of course, we can't thank the patrons enough, Joe P, Kate K, Lisa K, and Megan D for supporting the show and making us feel good.
And making this show possible so that you guys can hear.
Yeah, and so speaking of like people, this Chrissy D like followed me on Strava, and I'm like, who is this guy? And then I kind of stalked him on Strava and was like, oh, he's from Wyoming, so he's from here. And then I was like, all right, whatever. I mean, I don't care if someone follows me. If you want to look at my terrible stats, like, go ahead, I don't care. And then I was farting around on YouTube, and he subscribed to the YouTube channel at some point. So I was like, oh, he's a listener of the show,
and he hears us talk about our amazing workouts.
Yes. So thank you, Chrissy D. I appreciate that.
And I saw that he had followed you and then lived in Wyoming, so I thought you knew him personally.
Didn't know him.
Anyway, so I'll have to give him a follow back. I think I took a quick look, and he runs a lot more miles than us. I think if I remember correctly, he runs like 30, 40 miles a week. So
holy shit balls.
If I remember correctly.
I don't know. Zane's training for this half marathon. He's doing like 80 miles a week. I'm like, what training plan are you following? Like, he's doing like 16-mile long runs. I'm like,
for real?
The race is 13.1 miles. I've never trained for a race where I've actually run further. They always short you 1 mile or 2 miles of whatever the race. I don't know. I don't know what he's running.
Because even a full marathon, they only get you up to 20.
Yeah.
And then they
20 is your longest run.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, by the way. It cuts you 6 miles short.
Yeah, but you've done so much training, so many miles on.
You just think you're in the zone. You're just like, brr.
Think you're in the zone. Okay, so last week, Chrissy D? Yeah, Chrissy D did 25 miles, and the week before that, 36 miles.
Well, 25 isn't. I mean,
No.
Well, I did 9, and then I did 4, and then I did another 4. So yeah, I guess I'm not under 20.
Yeah, you're under 20. Let me look at what Strava would say your last week was. It was 17.
Oh, okay.
So you're getting there. But yeah, he's an extra 8 miles or an extra, 20 miles.
I wonder if he's training for something or just. I would probably run more if I wasn't training. I'm sticking to this plan. I want to run more.
Really? So you think you would run more without a training plan?
Nah, you're probably right. I wouldn't.
Because like training for something, you're at least like, hey, I'm going to go do it when this sucks.
I just feel like I need to put more miles in, but I'm sticking to the plan. So
yeah. Either it's going to be a really good, like this is the time when I start to doubt plans.
Yes.
I'm like, should I just do base miles? What should I do? Because last time all I did was base miles.
Yeah.
And that worked out okay. What should I do? But no, I'm like, nope, I'm going to stick to the plan. If it sucks.
I could probably use one more day.
And there's different people. I think you handle the mileage better than I handle it.
Yeah.
Partly because of weight. But,
right.
Poor muscles. So the other day, you were talking about your daughter driving.
No. Dude. Can I digress for a quick second?
Yes.
She literally has 2 more drives, and then she's supposed to drive with us. Like, it's so minimum with the instructor. I mean, it's like 4 hours.
No,
I'm serious.
Total.
Well, she had some range time. That doesn't include the range time where they're like parking and driving around cones.
Who cares about that?
Maybe 6 hours,
but still,
that's it. And then we're supposed to spend 50 hours with her, 10 at night. I'm scared shitless.
So which parent is going to be the main parent driving with her?
I mean, she probably wants mom, but she really wants me.
Which parent will handle it better?
You have to clarify that. Who will correct her when it needs to be corrected, or who won't yell at her?
Who will keep it calm so that she doesn't panic and hate driving?
I think Megan will more than me, but I've really done some brain work around not doing it.
That's going to be so hard. I am going to be terrible.
So just so you know, when she's in my car, there'll be a dash cam. So
wow.
And I am going to make her have a dash cam when she drives by herself.
Okay. Like a driver facing one in and out.
And the rule is I will not look at it unless I have a reason to.
Okay. Well,
and it re-records every like 10 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I thought about getting one for my car because you see those videos of like car crashes. And like sometimes you're like, the only reason you didn't get the ticket is because you're the dash cam.
yeah,
You can prove somebody cut right in front
they're
of you. They're
relatively inexpensive. I think everyone should have one.
Yeah, I think they're under $100.
I mean, the ones I have are a little bit more because they have like 3 cameras.
And they're facing. I don't care about in. All I want is out.
Yeah, if you're doing just an out one, definitely under $100.
So anyways, talking about technology, and this is even more technology than I even realized you were going to have. And so wanted us to get real about talking about parenting teens in the age of technology, which is a lot of fun. I do have to say.
Said no one ever.
Gosh, it is like there's so many decisions my parents didn't have to make that we now have to make as parents. And there's no perfect answer, which makes me even more mad.
Yeah, I'm curious what you do to monitor.
Yeah, we'll get into that. First, I want to start with a little quiz here. So I have a quiz that's going to pull up. It's not the most scientific quiz. So
Did you make it?
No, I found it on Kahoot.
Can I look at it now or
no?
Oh, the whole time I can't.
Yeah, I just want to read it through. Like I don't want you to because this is quizzing you. How much time do 8 to 18-year-olds spend on technology daily, an average? But I'll give you options: 4 hours, 7 hours, 5.5, or 48 hours
a day.
So there's clearly a throwaway.
7 hours.
7 hours is correct. 7 hours a day, more than Mike Vandry does.
No, but what does that include, though? They're probably on their Chromebooks at school and stuff like that.
Let's not say it's not. Again, this is an unscientific Kahoot one.
Well, it's not my
What is the recommended time screen usage for 8 to 18-year-olds? 2 hours, 30 minutes, less than 1 hour, or between 2 and 3 hours?
Less than 1 hour.
Nope, 2 hours or less, apparently.
Okay.
What percentage of teens have been bullied online? 37%, 40%, 56%, or 83%?
83%.
37.
Really?
That's what they say.
That's really low.
What's the most common cyberbullying platform? Is it WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, or Instagram?
Snapchat.
They say Instagram. I think I would push back on that.
I don't know much about Snapchat, so I kind of guessed that one. I don't know. I don't see any bullying going on, but I'm not in that. We should have asked Avery for. We should have brought her down.
But like, hey, can you tell us? It's cutting off some of these. What percentage of 8 to 10-year-olds have internet access in a smart device? 50%, 80%, 40%, 60%.
40.
They say 80%.
80% from like they have like a cell phone?
Well, there's a smart device.
Oh, I mean, Sully has an iPad.
Yeah, but I mean, internet access, right?
Yeah.
Boys are cyberbullied more than girls. Is that true or false?
False.
That is false. That is correct. So that is the world that we get to parent in. And so first I want to talk about teens and social media. What actually we'll talk about this. What sort of boundaries do you guys have for Avery on social media? You guys are a little farther ahead in that.
Yeah, I mean she has TikTok and Instagram. She doesn't do Facebook
because that's not cool.
Yep. We won't allow Snapchat. She does that Be Real.
Oh, never even heard of that.
Apparently, it sounds cool. I know this is coming from a boomer over here, but apparently everyone gets a notification at the same time.
Okay.
On the entire app platform. And then you have 2 minutes to take a picture of what you're doing. And you can't apply filters. It doesn't allow you. And it's a front camera and a back camera. So when you snap the picture, it's a picture of you and whatever you're doing.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Never heard of it. Be Real?
Be Real.
Oh, Be Real.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it sounds like TikTok's coming up with something like that.
Of course they are.
Instead of buying it from Be Real.
They should pay for it. Come on, TikTok.
But so that she's on Instagram and TikTok.
Okay.
They each get 30-minute limits.
Like for a whole day.
For a whole day.
Like for both apps?
For both apps.
Okay.
And then she gets like 30 minutes on YouTube. They all shut off.
Boom. Screen time is amazing.
So, and then her phone during the week shuts off at 7 p.m. She can't text anybody.
Okay.
She can only text mom, dad, or grandma.
Which is good, right? If she's somewhere, she can still text you.
This year is a little different. She asked if she could have her screen time on at school now that she's in high school.
Are they allowed to do that there?
She initially said, well, we're allowed to between classes and at lunch. And I said, okay, show me where it says that in the handbook. She goes, okay. She couldn't find it.
She can't find it.
She's like, it's like an unwritten rule. And she's like, Dad, I don't want to be the only kid at lunch without their phone. And I said, okay. I thought about it. I said, you can have screen time on. If it becomes a problem, first strike, phone's gone for a day. Second strike, the phone's off during the day. I'm turning everything back on.
Now, are you allowing screen time the whole day at school or just during her lunchtime?
The whole day.
Oh, see, I would have been like, actually, I don't know that I would do that.
Well, she wants to do it in between classes too.
Oh, okay.
You know, so
who has time for that?
I don't know.
I remember in high school, like my high school wasn't even probably as big as hers, and we were trying to get from side to side, anyways.
And they have double story.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, and so thank you for the reminder bringing this up because I have not looked at her screen time during the school because I just wanted to see where it was at. So it's probably good for me to look at.
She's
that.
gonna be so mad. She's like, that my guy made it so that I had that. Now with texting, do I remember you guys have an app which will alert you for any like inappropriate language or anything like that?
Yeah, it's called Bark.
Okay.
It's incredibly hard to do on an iPhone.
Oh.
That computer down there literally monitors her phone. I have a 3 terabyte hard drive there. That's all that computer does. Because what iPhone does is they don't do it real time. They make you download all the data. So every time she comes home, Wi-Fi connects, downloads all the data, they analyze it, and they send out the notifications. And it's just this constant. Yeah.
For real?
Yep.
Why is iPhone such?
Because they have privacy. But Android's like trick or treat. We'll go anywhere you want to go in this phone.
Well, yeah. And again, if you're a parent, anyways, okay, that's interesting.
And then the last thing is no phones or devices in the bedrooms.
That's smart.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, we've just started having. So for a while, we did a Gab watch. I don't know if you've heard of Gab.
You know, we thought about getting one for Sully. We're a little just because when he gets home, sometimes Avery's not home, and I don't know.
Yeah.
If he wasn't autistic, I wouldn't feel, but sometimes he goes brain dead and he's just like, I don't remember the garage code.
Yeah. And it is nice to have, even though we had some problems with Gab. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend Gab, but it was nice because again, it was on his wrist. He wouldn't lose it. You know, boys going around playing basketball, football, wherever. And all of a sudden you're like, where
throw the phone in the grass and start playing and they leave.
And he's actually lost his watch before. So, you know, like, but again, he's gotten better with that. But now, we were looking at having to move away from Gab, huge issues. So we had an old iPhone, pulled it out, got it kind of ready, but then didn't need to. But then now we're using it without cell service. So it's like at home now he has that device that has way more access than anything.
But how is he going to text if he's out?
From his Gab watch.
Oh, he still has it?
He still has it because it ended up, there was a huge issue. They had to send us a new watch. They weren't going to, blah, blah, blah.
Sounds like I don't want to get a Gab.
Lots of hours. Yeah, they had a software update that messed up so many of their devices. Anyways, all that to say, so we started dealing with it, but then yeah, it's this like dance of like Facebook Messenger for kids, Facebook Messenger for kids. Okay, sweet, but then who? And then
do the kids' friends even use Facebook? Like,
yeah, for that they do. The Facebook Messenger for kids, his friends use.
Oh, Mike, none of the.
But again, it's probably kids at school. It's a different type of school. It allows parents to have more control.
Yeah. Oh, I did set it up for the kids, but that none of their friends ever did anything on it.
I think Cam's friends are just more likely to have that. So, anyways, but then like with like, can they call on it? Video chat? Like, what's the limit? It's just really interesting. Like, we haven't allowed him any other social media yet. He's in 7th grade. At a smaller Christian school, so there's a little less pressure. But I'm like, man, like
if you're gonna do Apple, I do recommend Bark, and it doesn't read every text message.
It just flags things,
and it flags too much. I'm telling you, like it's the stupidest things. I need to like tweak the filters a little bit because I mean we'll get like 60 a day.
Oh wow,
yeah. But if her friend says shit, it flags it. If her friend says, "Oh, I have a headache," it flags it as medical.
Oh,
or I need to take some ibuprofen, flags it as drugs.
And again, you get why, because they just have an algorithm.
100%. I don't hate it. I have to go adjust the filters on a little bit. So it doesn't read all the text messages. So she still has privacy. It's a great platform. It's just a little bit clunkier with iPhone.
Do you guys have the rule that you guys can read whatever at any time?
Oh,
if you want? Okay. And that's how we are too. And again, Cam was a little bit like, I was like, dude, like this is the way forward. Like again, as you age, that's become less and less, but we do it. We have to protect you and make sure that you're.
Well, it's a trust issue for us. If we feel like she's being shady, like I rarely grab her phone.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll grab it at night when she goes to bed. But I mean, there's so much shit in there. I'm like, I need software to monitor this because I don't have time. And she can't download any apps. I have to prove them all. So it's pretty locked down.
Yeah, and I do like that about iPhone. Like even the amount of screen time. What is your max screen time a day between everything? Do you have a max, or just each app has its own limits?
For the kids?
Yeah, for the kids.
I think it's just those 3 apps.
Okay.
But the max screen time. Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's 2 hours.
Okay.
So that's a good point. I thank you for bringing that up. I said, if you burn that during the day, you don't get more at night.
You're done.
I make her do chores if she wants more TikTok time.
Oh, Kim's going to hate you.
It's not hard stuff, but it's like annoying stuff that I don't want to do. I'm like, can you go put those 2 baskets of laundry away? I'll give you an hour of TikTok time.
He's going to be so annoyed at you.
Why?
He's so mad at you because I'm going to start using that.
I mean,
but no, it's great. That's a great way. Hey, you want more?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you got to go like shovel horse manure. It's just like there's stuff that I don't want to do that I've been annoyed with for days. You get to do it.
And you're showing that you're more responsible and therefore can have more screen time.
Yeah.
And frame it like that. So anyways, I found an article from Mayo Clinic about teens and social media. It's a little bit old. It's like from 2018. But it starts off with social media benefits. So here's where, like, again, a few years ago, I was this ideal parent. I was like, my kid doesn't need social media and messaging.
You were like this?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, a couple years ago, right? Like, you're like, yeah, they don't really need that until they're older. Well, that's not true. Because, again, like the benefit is then that he can talk with his friends outside of school.
Yeah. He's going to be the only, you realize that he's going to be the only kid that's going to miss stuff. Yeah, because his friends are talking and he's going to be like, I'm left out.
Exactly. And again, not everyone has that in his school. There's even some 8th graders that don't have their own phone. But for the most part, it's been a positive because he's been able to talk with friends.
Yeah.
Like, again, but at first, a couple years ago, like, oh, he doesn't need it. Well, of course they do because they're, right, as you said, their life is online in a way. And that's how they continue talking with their friends and are not left out of the circles.
Yeah.
I'm assuming for homecoming, there was some sort of group chat going on.
Oh yeah. Like the night of homecoming, she even asked to turn it back on because at 11 her phone shuts off.
Okay.
And she's like, can you turn my screen time off? And I don't think I can turn it off until it switches off or something.
Oh yeah.
She's out there at like 10:59 like waiting, and I'm like, all right, turn 11, and I turned it off for her. So I'm not the meanest dad in the world. I'm like, it's Saturday night, you're chatting about homecoming, it's fine, you can have it on. I'm like,
so this is post homecoming. They definitely had to break it down.
Break it. Oh, after homecoming?
Yeah, this was after homecoming.
There was some drama.
Of course.
There always is.
Oh, homecoming.
Yeah.
So again, they talk about it, and even social media, like with TikTok, it's for entertainment or for self-expression. Do you ever check what she posts?
Yeah, I'm friends with her on everything.
Ooh. What if she hides it from you?
She might.
Is it possible?
Yeah, I did catch her having a Instagram account that was like a throwaway account.
Those burner accounts.
Yeah, so
that's so common.
Yeah. So yeah, I just got to trust that she's going to do the right thing. I mean, if you've raised a decent kid and, I'm all about if you don't screw the trust up, you're going to get a long leash, but when you screw it up, it's going to get ripped back.
So here's something on the article. I don't want to go through the whole article, but this is interesting. The risk might be related to how much social media teens use. A 2019 study of more than 6,500 12 to 15-year-olds in the U.S. found that those who spent more than 3 hours a day using social media might be at a heightened risk for mental health problems.
Which makes sense.
And you're right. That's where kind of you have your screen time. We have it 2 to 3 hours as well total. Like that's fantasy football. That's everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's and I did that without knowing the 3 hours. But that just seems right. Like that. Okay, beyond that. But then they say if they're beyond that, that there links up between high levels of social media use and depression or anxiety symptoms, which I found interesting.
Sorry, I did something with the links, and they're the same link that you posted.
I did that.
Okay, because I was you can replace the URL with this title, and then it said the same thing, and I was
which one did I do? Teens distracted driving or teens and social media?
You did teens and social media. You didn't have the driving ones not there.
Here, let me fix that real quick. Boom. How about that? No,
it's the same one.
What in the world?
It's okay. I didn't mean to derail. I'll cut this out.
No, don't cut it out. This is the real stuff.
No one wants to hear us.
They do too.
No.
Leave it in, and then if anyone tells us how amazing we are because of it.
Oh, no one's going to say that. I farted earlier. No one heard that.
There we go. Boom. So anyway, so high levels of anxiety and social media use. So here's what they say about protecting your teen. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Set reasonable limits. Boom. We both get checks on that. We're amazing. Monitor your teen's accounts. We both do that differently. You use technology. I randomly go through. Yours is a much better way. Explain what's not okay. Like, do you guys have talks? Like, do you guys talk about it much, or was that early on even?
Yeah, we did. Make sure we're wearing appropriate clothes. Don't post anything seductive, and
do not bully people.
Yeah, I didn't talk about that. There are times where I look and bark and I'm like, Avery, like, she likes to talk shit. I'm like, damn, girl, like, someone's gonna freaking smack you across the face.
So which parent does she get that from?
She gets it from me, but we've warned her. Like, Megan's like kind of banging her head against the wall. Like, listen, honey, I've been through this. Like, apparently Megan was not the greatest in high school.
Okay.
She was a little bit of a bully and talk shit. So she's like, it doesn't work. Like, it's not great. So don't do it. So
you got to have maybe a few more bullying talks about it.
I mean, we can only talk about it, and she's got to get the consequence of.
For sure.
I mean, I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make it drink.
Yeah, because the natural consequence is you don't have your friends anymore.
Correct.
Because they think you're a jerk. Yeah, our biggest thing is we've told Cam is whatever you post online is there forever.
Yeah, we've definitely said that too.
Somebody, some way can get a hold of anything. And that's, again, I don't get to working with students for so long. And that's the thing about Snapchat is they think it doesn't exist anymore, but it exists somewhere.
Somebody's got it somewhere.
Some server somewhere has what you sent, and it did not go away.
No.
But they think it does.
And then, Snapchat's not going to release it, but then they get hacked, and then they leak everything.
Yep.
And so.
Yep. And then you never get, because in the likelihood in the next 25 years that they have a major hack and that stuff is on the internet is high.
Yeah, I would say.
And do you want whatever you sent thinking to go away? Anyway, so that's that. Encourage face-to-face contact with friends. It's so hard. And then talk about social media. Yeah, that's two of the same things. Explain what's not okay and talk about it. Come on, Mayo Clinic.
I mean, communication is the key with all of it.
Yeah.
Just more talking about all of it. Well, it definitely will even make them think twice about posting. Even if you're not like reaming on them, you're just talking about it. Yeah. They're like, Mom and Dad did talk about this the other day. So.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. The next one is distracted driving. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
This is going to make you
lose my mind.
A little bit sad. What was the percentage? I've lost that
now. The 12 to 17 ask about their experience with cell phones. No, that wasn't it.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, I lost that. Overall, 34% of teen texters ages 16 to 17, they've texted while driving. That translates into 26 of all American teens 16 to 17. So when you're driving, when Ava's driving, there's a 30% chance, 1 in 3 chance that she will text, except for you talked about technology.
Yeah, so I use Life 360. That's the one we're going to try.
Okay.
And I have it now, but I'm going to buy the subscription, and it will tell you when she picks up her phone and what she does on it.
So are you...
While she's driving.
So this is my question, because, again, I've had different parents do different things, and I wonder, so how... Because you can set up Life 360 to tell you everything in the world.
Yeah.
You can say if she was in a car that went around a corner too fast, accelerated too fast, braked too fast, whatever. Are you planning on setting up that?
Yep.
Okay.
And it sounds really bad. And
it does sound bad.
And I'm not going to use it as a tool to like punish her. I just want to monitor it. Like, sorry, you were born in this time of life. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I got away with murder in my car. I drove like a dick a lot and no one ever knew about it. And I never had any consequences because I didn't, screw up. But I'm going to use it as a tool. And I'm not going to be like, hey, I saw you brake hard. I'm like, no. But I mean, if the car comes back damaged, I'm going to be like, we need to look at some stuff.
And you're also going to have the dash cams.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence with that. I feel like that's a really big evasion. She didn't bat an eye on it when I said it. And I've always had a dash cam in my car. So it's like, it's normal to them. They know everything's recording all the time.
Okay.
But I'm still on the fence with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might take it out and just give her a little bit of leeway, but that 360 is going to be on.
So now, is that going to also, when she's riding with other people, will that track it too?
Yeah, that's going to be my only caveat. I'm not sure how I'm able to. I mean, obviously, if she doesn't have one of my cars, then she's not driving. Yeah. I mean, in theory.
Yeah, in theory, until she gets her own.
Yeah.
And then she could drive to friends, and then they could drive farther.
I mean, I guess you would have to say, I'm not driving, such and such is. I'm like, okay.
Okay. Because, again, I know there were parents who overdid Life 360, and then when their kid went to college, I mean, they were probably strict in a lot of areas. They went batshit crazy.
The kids did?
Uh-huh.
Oh, we're not strict though.
I know, but like it's just interesting. Like that's always been my warning. Now, on the other hand, the parents who did nothing, their kids went batshit crazy too, right?
No, I had friends that went crazy at Calvin College and got kicked out
because they had so many rules.
So strict parents.
Yeah.
So mine's going to be a monitoring issue. It's not going to be like I don't have time to look at that shit all the time.
Yeah.
But if I see something pop up and like honestly, it's more the using the phone.
Yeah.
It's not the hard braking, whatever. You're a new driver. You're going to drive like shit.
Yeah.
I get it. It's okay.
What is the speed limit that you're going to have it send you a message at?
Well, can you do it? I don't think you can do it per speed zone. Can you?
No, but like total, because again, I mean, if you're doing 50 and a 30, is it really that dangerous?
Yes.
Versus doing.
Yes, it is.
Well, for
30 mile an hour is almost residential.
I know, but like versus doing 100. Doesn't matter where you are. 100 is just all around more dangerous. Than 50.
I'm sure I'll set it like 75.
Oh man, should set it 90.
No,
90 is like you're really breaking like a lot of rules.
No, speed kills. Anything over 55 on the highway, you're losing gas mileage, and it's more dangerous.
Wait,
look it up.
You're the person that drives 50.
I don't. I do 80, but I'm just saying. You burn a lot more fuel.
Well, of course,
and it's more dangerous.
One of my favorite parents. Their kid had gotten a vet from his grandpa.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, hey, are you going to put any, are you going to monitor? He's like, no, what's going to tell on him is his gas usage.
Yeah.
Because it was an old vet, right? It just, as you hit the gas went down.
See the gauge moving.
He's like, the gas is going to punish him for being an idiot as it is. I was like,
that's funny.
That's the type of parent I want to be. But anyways, here's an interesting one. Among all teens, 12 to 17, 48%. So they've been in a car when the driver was texting. See, that's the part I think that scares me more, right? You can teach your kid all of the right things. They'll get in the car.
But she's with somebody else.
And then they're texting.
I hope she says, hey, yo, don't be texting. When I'm in the car.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to her about that.
Yeah.
Like she does have a girlfriend that takes her to dance and stuff. But this kid's a good kid. As far as I don't know if she uses her phone. It's such a short trip. But like as of this point, she seems like a good driver.
Can you imagine? Okay, so like going back to 16 and maybe hitting 100 miles an hour, maybe not. I'm not going to admit to anything. Can you imagine texting?
100 is so fast.
It is so fast.
80, you're cruising. Add 20 miles to that.
Yeah.
Shit's flying by so fast.
I know, but like back in the day, like I can't imagine if I would have had a phone to text and when I would go 100 or maybe go 100. Maybe went 100. Maybe took my parents' van 90 down gravel roads. May or may not have done that. Sorry, Jan.
Do not do speed on gravel roads. You can die really
That was
easy.
the dumbest thing. But can you imagine, though, being able to text? Like, because again, as you said, if you look down to text at 100, you've covered so much ground.
So much ground.
And now, because of the laws, you can't just... Remember when first there weren't laws and you could text while doing this?
Yeah.
I feel like that was
people
safer.
Do it all the time.
That was safer. Well, it's safer than looking down.
Yeah.
But anyways, limits. kids drive. I'm glad that my kid is not driving for a couple of years because that sounds scary, especially with technology. So you guys are putting up boundaries, doing all of that because you're parents who love her.
Yeah. It's not an overbearing thing. I do like control. We obviously know that. But again, the bark is just, it monitors it.
Yep.
It's there if I need to, you know.
Have you guys framed it as we want to make sure you're safe?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she knows it's monitored. She doesn't swear in her texts.
She's smart.
Yeah. It ain't her that's flagging it.
Nice. She hasn't gotten her dad's potty mouth yet.
Oh, I'm sure she does. I swear like a sailor around them kids.
But again, I think that's the way we've tried to frame it with Cam is like, we're here to protect you and keep you safe. It's not that we're trying to keep you from fun. But again, right, I imagine as a teen, like it feels like.
Yeah, but if you're a decent parent, though, like they get it. They may not like it. Like Avery, a lot of stuff doesn't like it, but she respects it because she knows I'm not like, can't do this. I'm not like that. I'm chill. I'm just like, hey, but this is our rule. Sorry.
And here's the limit, because if you go past that, here's what can happen.
And when she talked to me about having it at school, we had a conversation about it. And I was like, you know what? I'll trust you.
Yeah. See if she's burned all of her hours.
Yeah. I need to go in there.
She's going to hate me. Cam's going to hate you. What was I going to do? I have to listen back. What was I going to do now?
Oh, so to get more
screen time,
you have to do some chores.
That's what it's going to be. He's going to be so mad at you and Avery's going to be mad at me.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys listening. I was not ready for this transition. I should have been. We're professionals. We've done 1 million episodes.
Professional.
Yeah. If you love this show, which I hope you do, if you could share this episode with somebody that might like it. Sorry for Garrett on Castbox. I look into a little bit. It hasn't had the last 2. It's almost like they saw our break.
Yeah.
And decided they weren't going to upload. But I can't control Castbox. It pulls from iTunes or Apple Podcasts, and it's on Apple. So I don't know. I sent an email to Buzzsprout. But anyways, no one needs to care about that. But so yeah, if you could share the episode with someone you like. I didn't know Garrett was still listening. I appreciate you, Garrett. You can always send an email to us too if you
hello@threads.com.
Threadspodcast.
Threadspodcast.com.
You can tell we don't say it a lot.
No.
And then as always, keep the faith, do your work, and live life unfiltered.
Peace.